What are relationships? A relationship is a connection between two or more people. In our lives, we have very many different relationships with family, friends, our colleagues at offices, our workplaces, our neighborhood. There are so many relationships that we go through. Very many kind of relationships that are around us. There are several forms of relationship, just like I've told you, but we shall concentrate on one of the most heated one of the most critical one. There are so many, they are all essential in our lives, but on this channel, we are going to concentrate on one of the most critical one. I call it critical because it takes almost a whole of us. It takes almost a whole of our being. It relates and makes what we see in this world of today. What do you think that could be? What would you think that could be? I am Raymond Mengezi, CEO and founder of Media Mengezi. Welcome to today's video. Tell your friend, share with everyone. Let them come here. Let's have a blast. Hey. Let's go into it. A romantic or sexual relationship is a bit different from other relationships, and it can be wonderful. It can be wonderful for real, fulfilling and fun, but it can be stressful and complicated. A romantic relationship usually involves an emotional, intellectual, or sexual connection with another individual or individuals. Yeah, individuals. Put that S in the brackets. Individual, then you add that S, put in the brackets. In your mind, just keep it in your brackets, because that is also caused by another calamity. Everyone has their own unique, mark that word, unique expectation of a romantic or sexual relationship. It's okay if your expectations for a romantic or sexual relationship differ from your parents, and even from your friends or the rest of the world around you. You're created as one. The one that you have your own thumbprint. The uniqueness, how we blend in, how we make it work out, how we make it a success, how we make it a story, how we make it something that brings life where there was no life, how we make it something that gives us hope where there was no hope. Now, we are going to hit on something very simple also. We are all working on the introduction right now. This is just basically the introduction of everything. How do you know whether you're in a healthy relationship or you are in an unhealthy relationship? How do you know? How do you know? How do you gauge it? And the other question that you'd ask is, how can I have a healthy relationship? Because there's an unhealthy and there's a healthy. And how unhealthy it is, it varies with every individual. And how healthy it is, it varies with every individual. That's why we are going to talk about, the first one we're going to talk about is, how can I have a healthy relationship? Your relationship will be influenced by many different things. But there are a few things that are common to all good relationships. A few things. That implies you build on those few things to make your perfect relationship. Making myself clear? I think so. One of them is respect. Then we have communication. Then we have trust. We have equity. If we can point out on respect, your partner treats you the way you like to be treated and listens to you. Remember, we're talking about how can I have a healthy relationship? How can I have a healthy relationship? Respect. In respect, your partner treats you the way you like to be treated and listens to you. They take you serious and don't put you down or tell you how to live your life. You know the situation where someone just adores you, someone just doesn't take anything away from you, but they just build onto you. We are born of sin. We are sinners right from creation. When Adam fell, we fell from the glory of God. We are all born in a sinful nature. So there's no one of us who's righteous. We are just justified by faith, that if we go to the Bible. We're finished talking about respect and talk about something called communication. All these points are really a wide thing, very wide point of discussion. But we are just touching them because we are introducing the thing to us. And also the way we're going to build on these things is going to depend on the questions and that you bring up, the comments that you bring up that will help us build onto this. Because I don't want to do this alone. I want to do this with you. I want to do this with you. I want us to share our lives. Let's share our lives and let's get something great in this new world of ours. Here, I'm talking about communication right now. I want to talk about communication as our point number 2. If your partner has something to say, they tell you kindly with respect. They tell you kindly and with respect. If they have an issue with you, or the relationship, they bring it up early instead of letting it boil inside them. We hear the things called pressure, we hear the things called stress, we hear the things called heart failure, all those build around there. They don't judge you and they are open to working through disagreements. Remember, people in relationships may disagree and it's fine to have arguments, even heated ones. But you need to make sure you take time to communicate and resolve things. If your relationship has ever had a disagreement, if your relationship has never had a fight, yes, some people go physical. Some people go physical. If your relationship hasn't had any of that, then you are not in a relationship. Or you need to go to heaven because you don't need to be on earth because you're too perfect to be here. It's a must. It's okay. Your relationship to have these mountains, it's okay. Having arguments is okay. But how do you resolve them? Remember, people in a relationship may disagree and it's fine to have arguments, even heated ones. But you need to make sure you take time to communicate and resolve them. You need to take time to communicate and resolve the things. This is a must. This is a do or die thing. If you're going to grow in a relationship, you have to learn how to communicate. How do you communicate? The communication is in respect. That's why we began with respect before we came to communication. In the middle of the respect, we shall communicate perfectly with each other. Then the other point I want to talk about is trust. Your partner understands that you have separate relationship with your friends and family. They don't try to make you feel guilty of hanging out with other people or accuse you of cheating if you talk to another person. But we have people who fight each other when they see a partner talking to an opposite sex. We have people who fight. They fight day and night. Yes, there's a possibility that the trust is not there. There's a possibility that the trust died some time back. There's a possibility that the aim of this person coming into a relationship was really not to build. I don't know whether not to build, whether to crash, whether they are squatting. Because building trust takes time. But when you build it, you've built the trust and it will stay. But it will stay at your cost, at the cost of the both of you. You have to make it grow each and every single day. Because if two people who have never been together are coming to be together, then they will have to agree to move together. Then the other last point I'll talk about is equity. You and your partner treat each other with the same level of respect. You are both happy to do your part in maintaining the relationship, whether it's supporting each other when one of you is having a bad day or sharing the cost of birth control. How do I know I'm in an unhealthy relationship? How do I know that I am in an unhealthy relationship? Sometimes it's hard to tell if you're in an unhealthy relationship. Any relationship can be unhealthy for you if you are not happy in it. Any relationship can be unhealthy for you if you are not happy in it, even if your partner treats you well. If you're not happy in it, it doesn't matter whether your partner treats you well. It is unhealthy. It is unhealthy. Here are some of the signs that your relationship is not a healthy one. 1. Your partner tries to keep you from spending time with other friends or family members. you can build on that more. Think about it. I don't know what someone who's listening is thinking, someone who's watching the video right now is thinking. When your partner tries to keep you from spending time with other friends or family members. Then the other one, your partner tries to force you to do things you don't want to do, or tries to make you feel guilty about not wanting to try something. Then the other one is your partner calls you names, puts you down, or tries to make you feel bad about yourself. Things happen a lot. Those tantrums. Then the other one will be your partner is physically intimidating. They may throw things, shove you, or hit you. Abuse can start small, but it can escalate. It can escalate. We've seen so many things happen, especially during this lockdown that has been going on in the whole world. Gender-based violence in families, especially during this long lockdown that we've had. Some of the things can be handled earlier, especially if you listen to this, and take time to ask the questions that you're supposed to ask. Just subscribe and like so that you may be notified in case we have any new content, because we'll be uploading new videos. We'll be uploading stuff time to time again. We'll look forward to uploading at least 2 videos for you every week, uploading at least 2 videos. So let's see how we can grow each other. At this point, I want to thank you for subscribing, for liking our video. Thank you for being part of this. We are determined to make sure your relationship works out. Thank you so much for being part of this video.